new COVID-19 subvariant, you've been hearing about it, is now estimated to account for nearly 30% of new cases. According to new data from the CDC, and some states in the Northeast are seeing an even bigger jump in infections and hospitalizations as the virus spreads across the nation. ABC News contributor and Boston Children's Hospital Chief Innovation Officer, Dr. John Brownstein, joins us now to talk more about this. Doctor, it's always good to have you here. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Phil.
All right, so this Omicron subvariant is a descendant of the BA.2 subvariant. We knew we were going to be talking about numbers like this. This one's called BA.2.12.1. Is this subvariant more contagious? And the question, sure, that everybody's keeping their eye on, could it trigger an outbreak?
I hate to be on here talking about another variant once again, but this is a descendant of the original Omicron, and it is seeming like it's taking over, but 30% of new cases. And it does seem to have a growth advantage, maybe about 25% more transmissible than the original BA.2 variant that we were dealing with. It's important to note this is not likely to be more severe, although we still need more data. And it's part of that Omicron umbrella. So we have to remember that if you had BA.2, it's likely that you are protected against this new subvariant, but we still need to know more about it. And of course, there's that CDC data that said about, 3 in 5 people already have some level of protection through previous infection and vaccines. So I doubt we're going to see a major surge, but we will see pockets of increase in transmission. And I hate to say this, but we have other variants on the rise, BA.4, BA.5 in South Africa. You could expect to see those in the next couple months.
Lovely. Moderna is seeking FDA emergency use authorization. We won't blame you for that, by the way. It's just what's happening. Moderna seeking that authorization for its COVID vaccine for children as young as 6 months old. So based on the clinical trials, do we know if this shot protects against the subvariant we're talking about?
Well, we don't know this for sure, but the data does suggest that kids would be protected against severe illness and death from being vaccinated. And now, of course, if you look at the top level findings, the vaccines didn't do the best job at preventing infection, about 37% in 2 to 5 year olds. But the reality is that what these vaccines do is they provide enough antibody levels that protect against what we care about, which is severe illness and death. And that's likely what's going to be the case here in this new subvariant, and likely any variants that come forward in the coming months.
Doctor, what do we know about the boosters for kids 5 to 11? Are they going to need another shot?
Yeah, this is a big question. And Pfizer did submit some data this past week to the FDA looking for authorization of that booster. And it was a small sample that showed that you could get a real protection from the Omicron variant by getting that third shot for those kids. But I think there's a big open question right now that, the CDC has brought up, what is the point of all these additional boosters? The vaccines are all about protecting against severe illness and death. And in fact, we're only seeing 28% of kids in this age group getting even those first 2 shots. So we have to be very thoughtful about boosters in that age group. And Moderna, of course, is working on a new type of booster that actually includes the Omicron variant. So we may see a different type of booster, especially in the fall. So a lot of open questions that the FDA and CDC have to answer right now.
And it's an ever-evolving process. Dr. Brownstein, thanks so much for being with us. Appreciate it.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.